Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Brendan, and if you're new here, it is great to have you. This is going to be your one-stop shop for everything crypto related, and of course, we're going to be going over the price movements that have been happening. But the one thing I want to talk about first is that Bitcoin is getting ready to hit its previous all-time high of $65,000. It's not the only one that's about to do this, but I want to highlight it first because overnight we saw a great breakout from the price action of Bitcoin, and what's different this time around is that we're starting to see some of the altcoins follow in its footsteps. Now, in the past couple of days, we have seen that altcoins have not been moving very much at all, or if they have been, they've actually been falling despite Bitcoin and moving upwards. I have a couple examples that we're going to go through here, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and of course Polkadot, but this leads me into some of these top performing altcoins. Bitcoin up about 6.5%, Ethereum up about 1.5%, and we have some of the big movers like Solana that's up more than Bitcoin at 7%, Polkadot up 8%, Wrapped Bitcoin up about 6.5%, and Litecoin up 5%. So a lot of movers that are starting to come back into the space. It's nice to see that there is a correlation happening between Bitcoin and the altcoins again, but Bitcoin is very rapidly approaching this previous all-time high of $65,000, and at this rate, we could hit it before the end of the month, potentially even before the end of the week. Now, this is a massive move that I don't think people truly understand, because what we had here is we have multiple levels of resistance breaking on Bitcoin. This was an ascending channel. So for Bitcoin to break up outside of this and above its previous macro swing highs is a phenomenal move. And not only did it break above its previous swing high, we had something called a break, a hook, and a go formation. And what this means is that previous resistance rating here is now being used as support. So where we previously had rejected on Bitcoin, it is now using this as the bottom for where it was beginning its next run upwards. We broke the previous resistance level of $50,000 with beautiful fashion, great volume, and great price action. And for the time being, it's holding. We're seeing that there's very little resistance left in between where Bitcoin's at right now and its all-time high. I don't think it's a question anymore of whether or not Bitcoin will hit it. It's not a matter of if, it is now a matter of when. Going back to what's happening, a lot of this happened from a catalyst. Again, Bitcoin was getting ready to get listed for, Bitcoin was getting ready to be listed as an ETF, and this is nothing new. This has been around since 2017. It has been routinely on the news. I'm sure you could even rewind some of my videos from like 4 or 5 years ago, and you'd see me talking about the same thing. But what happened is the SEC is saying that there's really no reason for them to not let this go through. It's only a matter of time, and they hope to have this done before the end of the year. So that would be great. I have seen a couple of articles talking about how it may be delayed into the first quarter of 2022, but I think the idea here is that this is going to get processed hopefully before the end of next month, and we will have the first Bitcoin exchange traded fund, or otherwise known as an ETF. And this would really open up things in the United States. Now, if you're tech savvy, it's not going to change a lot for you. If you already own crypto, again, it's not going to change a lot for you, but it is going to allow larger institutions and people who are not as tech savvy or risk adverse to get into cryptocurrency a whole lot easier. So at the end of the day, for the average person who's already in crypto, your life's really not going to change a lot. But for the people who are not in crypto, scared, or just don't even know how to, this is going to help them out more than it's going to help someone like you or me. So let's go ahead and talk about Polkadot. Again, Polkadot being one of the top gainers on the day right now. And the reason for that is that their parachains are planning to launch next month. And this has to be one of the most bullish cryptocurrencies that I am looking at right now. I believe it's like the second or largest holding in my portfolio, so let that be known if you care. Again, nothing I say here is legal, financial, or tax advice, but I do own this. So with this happening, Polkadot at a major level of resistance, seeing a great buyback after a pretty nasty drop the other day. Again, peaking out at around $43, falling all the way back down to around $37, which is about a 14% drop, which has been great, a great buy the dip opportunity. I've been talking about this in the Discord with people. If you want to join the Discord, it's completely free. There's no strings attached. It's just kind of where we chat and reside. But with Polkadot being up almost 16 to 17% on the day, I do believe that it's only a matter of time before Bitcoin, or excuse me, not Bitcoin, Polkadot hits its previous all-time high of $50. I think that that Polkadot will pass its all-time high of $50 and probably move upwards towards 55 or even 60 over the next couple of months. The only thing that could really stop this from happening is that if the crypto market as a whole really starts dumping, that's the only way that I see Polkadot not hitting its all-time high. But for the time being, this looks like one of the safest plays. I think that when their parachains launch, there's going to be a lot of money flowing into Polkadot and into its other crypto projects that are underneath it. So for that reason, I'm also getting into Link as well. Ethereum approaching a major resistance level. We have a massive 6 to 7 month long pennant forming on the Ethereum chart here, and we are tickling resistance. Maybe that's not the best word, but we are just dancing on the line of resistance for the third time. This is something that I am very excited to see. Again, I think there's going to be a breakout here. I'm very confident in it. We have our first touch, second, third, fourth, and fifth, which is why I'm getting ready for this breakout. I want to see Ethereum start seeing some serious upside potential, and I think that Ethereum and a lot of these altcoins have some serious catching up to do. Now, with them lagging behind Bitcoin, I think that there is potentially a better risk versus reward ratio for some of these altcoins. Again, Bitcoin's almost at its all-time high. A lot of these altcoins aren't. Now, with that being said, there's some that will just never see their all-time highs again, right? You got to choose the right ones. That should go without saying. But for something like Ethereum that is significantly below its all-time high, I would say even like, Link, Litecoin, there's a bunch of them out there that I own. There's a lot of great projects that can still be invested into. As the NFT space continues to grow, I think things like Solana, Cardano, and Ethereum will continue to do great. The NFT space is still on fire. We have the play-to-earn space growing as well. DeFi is doing very well, so I expect those to continue to improve over the rest of this year as we wrap out this final quarter. That's probably going to go ahead and wrap us up here. Again, Bitcoin's starting to take off as we enter the end of this video, breaking over $62,000, which is always a good sign to see. I'm really happy with the volume and the price action that we have seen on crypto, as volatile as we have ever seen it. So hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We got a lot more content like this coming out in the not so distant future. So if you're new here and like this, make sure you stick around. With that being said, I'll leave a link to the Discord in the description down below, and I will see you all in the next video.